So this happened during one of those quiet nights where everything feels just a little too still. The kind of night where even the dogs in the neighborhood decide they are also scared of something, so they just keep quiet for once. It was around midnight, and of course, load shedding had done its usual thing. The house was dark, my phone battery was on 7%, and I was already mentally preparing for a long, uncomfortable night. Now, I had always told myself that I did not believe in stories about the Tokoloshe. I had heard them growing up, like everyone else, but I treated them the same way I treated horror movies, entertaining, but not real. That confidence lasted until I heard something under my bed. At first, I convinced myself it was just the house making noises. Old houses always have random sounds. That is what people say when they are trying not to panic. Then it happened again. Chai. A small scraping sound. Very deliberate. Not loud, but not subtle either. Just enough to let me know that something was definitely there. Chief, at this point, my brain immediately started connecting every childhood story I had ever heard. I remembered people saying that beds should be raised higher off the ground for a reason. Suddenly, all those warnings felt very personal. I stayed completely still. In my mind, it was suggested that making any sudden movement would be a terrible idea. It was also suggested that checking under the bed would be even worse. So naturally, I did nothing. Then my blanket moved slightly. Not a lot. Just enough. That was when I accepted that whatever was happening, I was no longer in control of the situation. I started planning my final messages in my head, even though my phone was basically dead. I slowly reached for my phone anyway, using the last bit of battery like it was a survival tool. I turned on the flashlight and pointed it toward the floor. Silence. Nothing moved. That somehow made it worse. I considered calling someone, but then realized it was midnight and explaining that I might be dealing with a Tokoloshe would probably not be taken seriously. I could already imagine being told that I was overthinking things. Then came the final moment. I gathered all the courage I had left and slowly leaned over the side of the bed, shining the light underneath. For a second, I saw nothing. Then something shifted. Chai. I jumped back immediately, nearly falling off the bed in the process. My heart was racing like I had just run a marathon. After a few seconds of mental recovery, I forced myself to look again. This time, the truth revealed itself. It was a plastic bag? A simple plastic bag, moving slightly because of a draft from the window I had left open. That was it? Not gonna lie, I was disappointed. No Tokoloshe. No mystery. Just pick and pay plastic bag. I lay back down, trying to regain my composure, but sleep was no longer an option.